Good morning, Woodland. I know, that was loud. Please take our seats. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, we are gathered here today, obviously, to have a very, very special event to honor one of our amazing teachers. So what we ask, obviously, is that we show who we are as Woodland and how amazing this school is. At the end of our ceremony today, please wait to be dismissed by your grade level. We will take care of that for you. Please be respectful and just do and show our Woodland way. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. That was a great reception. I'm proud of you all. So I welcome you all to this very special ceremony where we will honor our Region 16 Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Megan Gary. Before we continue, I ask that you all stand as Caitlin Martin sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Caitlin. That was a fantastic job. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our Region 16 Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Yaman.
Thank you, Kurt. I want to begin by saying how honored I am to be a part of this special event today and a member of the Region 16 community. This is my 6th year, and every year, every month, every day, there's a student, an activity, a teacher, a unique occasion for me in Region 16 that reinforces why we educators has chosen the best profession in the world. I would be remiss if I didn't take a little moment to thank the Woodland staff for being here with us and the entire student body. Woodland Regional Student Body, you are the best. You could clap. As you are well aware, we are here today to recognize one of our many exceptional teachers, Megan Geary. It is my responsibility this morning to kick this assembly off by introducing the dignitaries that we are honored to have present and recognize the town officials, colleagues, and friends that are with us today. Could you please stand and be acknowledged as I introduce your name? The Honorable Governor Ned Lamont. Commissioner of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Senator George Logan. Senator Rob Sampson. Representative Leslie Zupkis. First Selectman Christopher Bielik. Mayor Robert Chatfield. He gives the best speeches. Board of Ed Chair Robert Hiscock. Board of Ed Vice Chair Priscilla Credella. Region 16 Union President Stephen Jerem. I'd like to thank Megan's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hatch. I'd like to thank Paul Gary's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gary. I'd like to thank Paul for being with us today. You know who he is. And I would like to thank, if for one moment all the Region 16 administrators can just stand for a moment, and Michelle LaRusso. I'd like to thank all the administrators for being a part of this today. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Honorable Governor Ed Lamont to the podium to say a few words.
Were you surprised? Yes. We just went into the classroom a few minutes ago, and where Megan was teaching an English class. Who was the class? Do you guys hear? Who was there right there? Some of the folks were. And that's a team. And I said, Woodland High, you've got some of the best teachers in the country, and you have by far the best teacher in the state, the 2020 Teacher of the Year, Megan Gary, the best teacher in the state. The best teacher in the state. The best teacher. And judging from your reaction, I think we got it right. I love doing this because there's nobody more valuable in the world than a great teacher that inspires you. You know, talking to Mrs. Gary on the way here, you know, we talked about her art teacher. Goodbye. She had a great art teacher in Meriden High School and got a love of the arts. And then when she was down in Ecuador and thinking about what she wanted to do with her life, she was saying she did a little bit of volunteer teaching. And I think the Hatches have a little background in teaching and education as well, so I think there was something there. But there's nothing more important than a teacher can inspire you and help you find something you love. And if you find something you love to do in life, life is all that more meaningful. And the other thing I love about what Ms. Gary has done is Woodland Worldwide, and making sure you realize that what's going on in the classroom has applications around the world, and you hear from things bigger than yourself and think about how you can make a difference there. I think that's what you've inspired these kids every day. That's why we're proud to be here with you today. And judging from the reaction of this crowd, we got it right. Congratulations, Megan. Here, you can have that.
Yep. Thank you, Kurt. At this point, I'd like to ask Commissioner Dr. Miguel Cardona to come up to the podium, say a few words.
Wow, what a proud moment. I know you're on your best behavior, but let's let her hear it. I want her to hear the applause nice and loud. Congratulations. Now, for the remainder of the year, feel free to do that anytime she walks into the room. On behalf of members of our team from the State Department of Education, Teresa Boyd-Cowles, Kim Wachelhausen, and Chris Todd, and 2019 Teacher of the Year, Sheena Graham, congratulations to you, Megan, to your school community, family, and to the students who are fortunate enough to call her teacher. Megan exemplifies what we aspire to in the teaching profession. She elevates the work and is a living example of what we know. Teachers shape lives. The best teachers ground their practice in relationships. Megan is no exception. whether it's her work with Woodland Worldwide, her efforts to promote gender equity, because we know that women hold up half the sky, or her volunteer work that has brought her to Africa and Latin America, Megan is making her community better. On a personal note, I want you to influence the work that we will be doing in Connecticut in a recent bill that requires Black and Latino studies. I know that was an area of concentration for you, and we would be honored if you shared your expertise and your passion for equity in the work that we have at the State Department of Education. You can influence the curriculum throughout the whole state. As a Meridionite myself, whose son attends the school from which you graduated, I cannot tell you how proud I am of you, your parents, Linda and Dan, and for the entire state of Connecticut. We're fortunate to have someone like you representing the profession. Congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner. At this time, it's my honor to announce the most important person in this room, Connecticut Teacher of the Year, Megan Hatch-Gary.
Well, hello there. Good morning. Thank you all so much. You guys, you are absolutely the best. Governor Lamont, Commissioner Cardona, you just helped provide me with the best lesson closure I could ever ask for. Thank you, and thank you for coming to Woodland today. Thank you for visiting my classroom and for bringing such wonderful news to our community. Thank you for all you've been doing on behalf of students and teachers in your first year of administration. And yes, I am so looking forward to future opportunities to work with you as the Connecticut State Teacher of the Year. I would like to start with some thank yous to myself. I'd like to thank everyone who has been a part of this journey, everyone who has supported me. I don't want it to fall out. I don't want to not, okay. Everyone who has supported me enthusiastically and with genuine joy. Everyone who has loved me and who helps me love my job. Specifically, I'd like to thank Superintendent Yaman, our Board of Education, and the legislators who are here with us today. You are such an integral part of the vital work my colleagues and I do every single day. Thank you to everyone at our district office who has helped make today possible. Thank you to Mr. Tomlin for his tremendous leadership of student government, and to those incredible student leaders who have helped organize this ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Amato and his outstanding journalists who do so much for Woodland and who elevate my classroom every year with their talents and skills. To our security guards, our tech and custodial crews, and to all of our support staff, thank you so much. Thank you to our incredible Woodland administrators. I feel so grateful to work with you and have learned so much from you. Yesterday, they were dressed up as superheroes, but they are heroes to us every single day. To Mr. Ogren, a very special thank you. I thank you for all of his support, for his belief in me, for his jokes, his many pep talks, his words of wisdom, and his calming presence. You, Mr. Ogren, have been caught being excellent. My endless gratitude goes to June Ridzik, the heart and soul of Woodland, my champion and four-star general who has worked tirelessly, effusively, and expertly to help make this and the state's visit last month events that we can all be so very proud of. Thank you to all of my colleagues for your support, your expertise, your contributions, your excitement, your flexibility, and your collaboration. I am so proud to be one of you. To my parents, my in-laws, and my husband, there are not enough words to tell you what you mean to me. And we've already pushed back lunch, so I've really got to get on with it. Finally, and most importantly, thank you, students. You, my students, my absolutely amazing advisory, Fear the Gears, my superstar B4 freshmen, my Woodland Worldwide activists, you give my life purpose. What we come here and do every single day brings me more fulfillment and happiness than you will ever know. Maybe some of you will become teachers one day, and you will experience what I've been fortunate enough to experience here at Woodland. And I wish that for you, to know the profound gratification of a career you love, one that challenges you and humbles you and inspires you. Thank you to each and every one of you for making my life so complete. This is absolutely one of the greatest days of my life, and it is certainly the greatest day of my professional career. But until now, that day was back in June 2009 when Dr. Frank told me that I'd been hired to teach at Woodland. It was my first teaching job, and since then I have never looked elsewhere. This is my home, the school where I found my true self, my calling, my love, my life. We are a small school in a small region, in a small town, in a small valley, in a small state. But we are doing very big things here. The evidence of that can be seen in our classrooms and offices every single day. I teach English, but every department here is innovating and experimenting and challenging themselves, all because we believe wholeheartedly in giving our Region 16 students the best possible education we can. Authentic and meaningful learning is happening in history, in world language, in fine arts, and tech ed. Just look at what Mr. Carangelo is doing with manufacturing in robotics. He and his talented students aren't even here to hear this today because they are out at Lime Rock racing not one but 3 electric cars that they built. Just look at what Mrs. McSweeney and Ms. Vitone are doing with Market 117. The opportunities they provide their students is incredibly valuable, affirming, and empowering. They, too, are out right now leading their students in authentic learning experiences as we gather here today. Look in Mr. Geary's senior English class, in Ms. Ambrose's sociology class, in Ms. Oliver's civics class, Mr. Feige's forensics class, or Mrs. Papa's creative writing class. Just look in the auditorium, in the math lab, in chef's kitchen, on the fields, and in the gym. Look in the pool for Mr. M's students literally trying to stay afloat based on science. Look anywhere in our school, and you will find incredible teachers and incredible students partnering in the learning experience. I could not be more proud to be the Connecticut Teacher of the Year and to represent this school and this region. Thank you all for giving me so many reasons to be proud. This award, this recognition, and I don't mean to contradict you, Governor Lamont, but it doesn't mean I'm the best teacher in Connecticut. I think it means that I've been deemed the best person at this time to represent the incredible and important things happening in our public schools, to advocate for public education in the state, to fight for opportunities to make us even stronger and to make your future even brighter. I have won this award, yes, but I truly believe that it is because I have been fortunate enough to teach here, in this special place, at Woodland Regional High School, a place with so many inspiring educators, including teachers and coaches and paraprofessionals and administrators and staff, a place with the most generous, supportive, and inspiring students. Without my kids and my colleagues, my life would lack purpose. You all share this award with me, and you will all be on this journey with me. Teaching is really hard. It requires resilience and determination and passion and a thirst for lifelong learning. It requires excellence and intellect. It requires cooperation and collaboration. It requires bravery and an open mind, a thick skin, sometimes a very thick skin, and a steadfast belief that diversity is our strength and that our youth are our greatest resource. We believe that here. I believe that. And to paraphrase one of my heroines, Malala Yousafzai, one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. There's little that's more powerful than that. In closing, as you all leave here today, please remember why you're here. Teachers, remember why you became a teacher. Remember that every student needs you. Remember that we are all in this together. Students, remember why you're here, to learn. And remember that we are all here because of you. You matter. You have a voice, and we want to help you find it and use it to make our world a better place. Take advantage of every opportunity to learn, to read, to grow, to discover, and to achieve your own definition of greatness. Thank you all so much, and as Mama Manning would say, go Hawks!
Thank you, Megan. At this time, I'd like to offer a few moments of some of our dignitaries to offer some remarks. Senator George Logan. Okay. Senator Logan, Senator Sampson, and Representative Zupkus. Makes my job even shorter.
Megan, congratulations. Thank you for inspiring not only all of the students, but me and everybody up here. You are a true gem, as well as the other teachers, but thank you for making a difference in all of our children's lives. And because of that, on behalf of all of us, we had a flag flown over the Capitol in your honor. So we just want to present that to you.
Thank you. First Selectman, Chris Bielik.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for being here today. It's not often that I get the chance to be speaking ahead of Mayor Bob. Usually we take it in order of service precedence, but I guess we went alphabetically today. So I'm going to steal his thunder and just say, Megan, on behalf of the town of Beacon Falls, and it's my privilege to represent Beacon Falls here today, to say congratulations.
Mayor Bob, would you like to say a few words?
Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to request Region 16's Teachers Union President Stephen Jerem say a few words.
I've always wondered what it would feel like to follow Mayor Bob. It's a tough act to follow. Megan, on behalf of your peers, we are so proud of you and your efforts on a daily basis to improve and educate the children of Region 16. And all I can say is we are so proud of you. Congratulations.
This time, I'd like to ask Region 16 Board Chair Robert Hiscock to come up to the podium.
Thank you, Michael. I did prepare a few words, but I'm going to be brief like everyone else. Megan, all the thank yous that you were offering, I sat there and I said to myself, as a former teacher, the two words that we most cherish is thank you. Because many times public school teachers don't hear enough of that in the state of Connecticut. And we here at Woodland High and in Region 16 have the best group of teachers that the state of Connecticut can offer. And we are so proud that you are the best of the best today. And on behalf of the entire Region 16 community, members of the community from Prospect and Beacon Falls, I thank you for all that you are giving and what you're about to give to the people of the state of Connecticut. And I say to the students, please cherish this very special moment because you are honored to be being taught by one of the best and one of the best staffs that the state of Connecticut can put forward. So again, Megan, thank you very much and good luck in the future. And I do have one final comment as I see Michael approaching. I've directed the superintendent, as board chair, I've directed the superintendent to ensure that there are enough funds available so that we at Woodland can have a real good party when this is all over, a little bit further down in the year, and that the funds are available for us to take a trip to Washington, D.C. when you are named National Teacher of the Year. Thank you.
I figured the last comment was a task or responsibility that I'd have to step up to, but we definitely will find something available for sure. At this point in the ceremony, we have two more important things. I don't think there's anything more important or validates more than a former student or a present student that can speak on behalf of the Teacher of the Year, because I'm 100% confident that kids will tell you the truth about how they feel about someone. So at this point, it's my privilege to introduce one of our own students here, Emma Flaherty, who's got to say a few words.
Hi, good morning. Any one of us that has had the privilege of spending time with Mrs. Geary knows that she is not only a phenomenal teacher, but a person of immeasurable character. And many teachers, students, and parents have had the privilege because she is involved in everything. Mrs. Geary has brought so much to the Woodland community and the education profession as a whole. She's had too many amazing accomplishments to go into them all. So I would like to focus on the student's perspective and on three things specifically: how Mrs. Geary makes us feel, how she makes us think, and how she makes us act. Mrs. Geary is the teacher whose students look forward to her class each day because she genuinely cares for them. In her class, students feel accepted in every sense of the word: welcome, safe, unjudged. Mrs. Geary not only teaches her students, but she is invested in her students. Every individual effort is recognized, whether we succeed on the first try or not. Mrs. Geary will continue to work with us to help us improve. For example, her feedback is incredibly extensive. On our written responses, she annotates in brightly colored ink because it's more fun that way. Beyond the colors, the feedback is constructive while also focusing on what we do right. Putting that much time and effort into students' assignments shows how truly dedicated she is to us. Mrs. Geary, because of your dedication to us, every student feels like they matter and has a place in your classroom. It's not always easy for students to expand our perspectives, but Mrs. Geary insists that we challenge our worldview. She helps us do this by encouraging us to be well-read and get mental furniture. She challenges us to think critically and consider how we impact other people. For example, in order to help her students understand segregation on a more visceral level, she not only had us read Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham jail, but she had us watch a powerful scene from a movie called The Butler. It was impossible to remain stoic while watching the scene, and the experience made us connect with the reality must have been like to the history we've always learned. Mrs. Geary, you help us develop our perspective and critical thinking on a daily basis. In other words, you help us develop our ability to think. Because she is so kind, poised, accepting of others, and incredibly smart. We strive to emulate her. And she's not just those things sometimes, it's who she is all the time. Being taught by you, Mrs. Geary, inspired us to act as the best version of ourselves. Woodland is incredibly proud of the honor and privilege that Mrs. Geary has so rightfully earned today. On behalf of your students, thank you for being who you are each and every day and making us better human beings in the ways we feel, think, and act for having been part of your teaching. Thank you.
I would like to thank all the students today, all the dignitary and all the administrators again. I'd like to thank the staff. I would like to thank the commissioner and the governor who took time out of their schedule to be a part of this. At this point, I'm going to ask Mr. Ogren to come back up and close the ceremony for us.
Well, it's my honor to be the anchorman for the ceremony. I appreciate everyone being here. Before I say a few words about Mrs. Geary, I'd like to sincerely thank some people. I thank Superintendent Yaman and members of the Region 16 Board of Education for supporting our team each and every day. I thank the entire faculty and staff at Woodland and all of our 680 students, all of you. We're a family, and it is a reflection on all of us that one of our family members has received a great honor today. I thank all of the dignitaries present today, including Governor Lamont and Commissioner Cardona, for taking time out of their busy schedules to help us celebrate. I sincerely do. So at this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Geary to the stage. So I'm going to talk about her while she's right next to me, looking great with the flowers. So I'm going to keep it simple, though. Mrs. Geary, you're truly deserving of the honor of being named as Connecticut Teacher of the Year for 2020. You represent the best of the best, and you inspire your students to challenge themselves and to improve themselves each and every day. Your students learn, they grow, and they excel because you have been a part of their life. We are so fortunate that you are a Hawk. In closing, I speak for our students, our colleagues, and our community when I sincerely say we are proud of you, Mrs. Geary. Congratulations. Yeah, we're going to get a Go Hawks in a second. So I'm going to ask the dignitaries, before we dismiss the students, if we could all stand in front of the stage. We'll have a nice photo. And students, on your way out, as you're being dismissed, you do have to go to Block 2A just for a few minutes before you go to lunch. I appreciate everything. You've been fantastic today. I truly appreciate it. And on the way out, maybe a little chant. I'm thinking of Mrs. Geary, Mrs. Geary, Mrs. Geary.
Okay. Should I go down? I'm gonna go
Yes.